Hi everyone, my name is Jia-Ying. Today I'm going to go over my final Today I'm going to go over my final presentations of creating designs and compositing. Okay, so something about me. My disciplines is user experience and user research, UX research, which is focusing how we collect data from the user and then use a really we do a prototyping, wireframe, persona, and so on to create a product. They also set user experience like a product manager you can think of. So I really love K-pop Instagram and concert. I enjoy to look at those K-pop music video and then check on Instagram what's the design trends for right now, and also really enjoying concert. Those three, my favorite thing to do are really got my keeping me in creativity, keeping my creativity, and also give me inspiration. So let's talk about my first project. The first one I want to talk about is the shadow one, which is I think is week 2 or week 3. Like Professor Kim told us to do like a make a shadow for the object that we pick. And then I picked Tata was one of my favorite toil. So what I learned is like a reflection shadow, drop shadows, and like a gradient drop shadow and shape drop shadow. So I just have to be honest, I haven't used Photoshop for like 3 years. So I'm really awkward by going back to Photoshops and make a poster and so on. Like I forgot a lot of shortcuts on how to use Photoshops or what is like how to highlight, how to outline the character. Like I know the feature of it, but I just not sure how to use it. So Professor Kim asked us to do that. I'm refreshing my skill on Photoshop. That's all I want to talk about. I like how to use the gradients in like a reflection shadow. So you making like a real shadow. I this is a easy project, I would say, but why I want to talk about is I use those skills to create my portfolio, which is create my cover page of the portfolio. Dun dun, which is very helpful, I think. So I want to talk about it, and then you can see I use the gradient on the bottom of the Stubber poster. So I use the skill that I learned from the class, and you see I have the drop shadow and also like a gradient shadows for it to create a cover page, which is I think it's really good. And then the second project I want to talk about is the GIF or or should I say GIF? Anyway, the, the I just call it GIF. Okay, this is this is my first time knowing that Photoshop can create a GIF. Like I also take yeah, I'm taking a motion graphic class. So what we learn the Adobe After Effect. I think it's Adobe Effect. Whenever we learning an app like not Photoshop to do like animation stuff to make it like make a GIF like this. But then I figure out that oh, I'm really surprised that the Photoshop can also do like short animation like this. I really enjoy solving problem in a fast way, so I just use the vector that I created for last class, and then I put in here. And then I also redraw the alarm and the message sign. And the other pretty simple. Um, I think it's pretty interesting to knowing that Photoshop can create GIF, then I don't have to use the Adobe Affect because I think that's pretty hard to use. And the last one I want to talk about is the movie poster. He asked for movie poster. The first thing I think about is Forrest Gump. Uh, I actually have a lot of movie in my mind, but I saw a lot of examples that's about it, so I just want to think about the easy one. So when I Google Forrest Gump, like what is the first thing in your mind? For me, the first thing in my mind is the favorite quote that he said, like my mama said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. So when I think about a box of chocolate, I think it can also represent like the key point of the whole movie. So I just Google. I didn't do any sketch up for it. I just Google chocolate box. But there, by facing challenge, I like I said before, I losing the skill. I haven't I haven't used Photoshop for 3 years ago, so I pretty much forgot the skill on how to work on like how to highlight and how to outline, how to dodge, and so on. So it take time for me to watch like a YouTube channel to see like what's the best way I can quickly outline the test and change the test that I want. Um, and also is this is the time when Professor Kim that started to block out the critic comment size. So I cannot look at others poster to I cannot look at other poster to like an example for me. I don't know how to use this template. I'm not sure how to use the template. Like, do I just put the template inside like this one? Point out like change the word I want and then just add the template like that, or I make a little change on it. I'm not sure what she want. But then I love you guys. Give me a feedback on comment. You after I read all your comment, I make a last change to it, which is like this. Overall, I think the class is pretty fun and remind me the skill of Photoshop, and it's give me some assignment that I have to work on. Like it forced me to work on to like make me to think. I really enjoy the time that to thinking too much. Um, I didn't spend much time. I didn't spend a lot of time into the classes because right now I'm focused on finding a job, finding internships, and my priority, my priority is internships and interview and so if you see my work that is not that professional, but I think I can use those work in my portfolio later. Anyone if interested in my portfolio, I can also share the link. um if you have any critique, I think it's the last week. You can check my portfolio and give me any comment. Thank you.